Hi everyone, in today's video, we're going to be recreating this build for Easter. Let's get to it.
Blessings. I got blessings on me. I got blessings. I got blessings on me, on me, on me.
Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, I'm Lee and I post every week on this channel. In today's video, we are going to be recreating this build, which I built a year ago for Easter last year, which is kind of a crazy thought. The true meaning of Easter is to celebrate the resurrection of Jesus, and this is my take on that last year. So yeah, this is kind of what I thought it might look like, or I kind of just condensed it a little bit, because I mean, honestly, I think that this was a really good build and I still love it. I will never be deleting this. It's so beautiful. But this year I'm going to have a different take on it and make a little changes to it, a little different to it. I think I might do like a hill up to it maybe. So yeah, let's just get into the video. Alright, so first we're going to get a brand new plot, because I will probably never delete that first one that I made. If you guys do want to watch that, I will link it in the description. I was not talking in there. That was like one of my very first like building videos that was in a house. So yeah, I actually back then did speed builds, so that is kind of why I wasn't even talking in it. But then I got a mic and here we are today, which is a crazy thought that I'm building this again and my channel has just grown immensely, and I can't even think about that because it's gonna just send me into like a state of shock. But right now we're going to be building the like hill or path up to it. I did think I could use the slanted roofs, and no, that did not work. So we ended up using these like stairs, but they're like don't have actually stairs on them. They're basically just like a ramp. So that's kind of what I used. And I did at first want it to be a little windy going up there, because that's kind of how I envisioned it would look, but it ended up being a little too hard. There might have been an easier way for me to do this, but my brain didn't think of that way, so this is how we did it. Basically what I did is I took some ramps and then I kind of just stacked them up. I put some floor down and stacked them up, and then after I stacked them up and I got them like as evenly like placed as I could to where it looked like a path. Then I went in with structurals and basic shapes. So I took some planks and then some basic shapes, and I just went in and tried to fix it up a little bit. I did my best. It did look a little rough, but that is definitely the best that I could have done. And with this build, we can already tell that it looks completely different. So we have 3 levels going up, and then in the back the tomb is going to be there, and then we're going to have paths going around it to go to like the back where the tomb is going to be. And then we just basically going to put a lot of greenery around and just kind of make it really lush. I know this might not be exactly obviously how it would look, but none of us, at least I don't know what it looks like, so this is just kind of what I thought in my head, and I just wanted it to look pretty, and I wanted to put my own like twist on it. So obviously, you know, you guys should try it out, just like building something like this, and just kind of just how you see it in your head, or you could take inspiration off of the way that I see it. But this is just kind of just my thinking on how I do that, how it would look, you know? So now I wanted to ask you guys a very serious question. But first, at the end of my videos, normally I ask you guys to comment down below something about the build or something about the video. But I notice that sometimes you guys comment and sometimes you don't.
I know some of you guys watched this video and you didn't comment. You best comment. Thank you.
You guys are so sweet. But basically, sometimes you don't really know what to say about the build, like, you know, what your favorite part about the build is, or if you've built this, you know. If you haven't, then why are you gonna comment it, you know? So a different comment challenge that hopefully I will keep on doing with these videos is just random things. So for instance, what's your favorite, for today we'll do what's your favorite soda, okay? And I will tell you mine. My favorite soda is Dr. Pepper. That is my go-to soda. I do like Sprite, but it's just not as good as Dr. Pepper. Yeah, so put it down in the comments, what is your favorite soda? I would love to know. But that's just basically what we're gonna do. We're just gonna do some different things that are normal that people would be able to type in the comments. Oh, my favorite soda is Dr. Pepper. Oh, my favorite soda is Coke, which is gross, but good for you. I'm sorry, you guys. Just comment what your favorite soda is, and we'll just kind of just go with like random things. Like maybe next video we'll do what's your favorite movie, what's your favorite TV show, you know, that sort of thing. Just kind of like random things, you know. What's your favorite fruit, your favorite letter, your favorite number, you know, just really random things that you can just put in the comments, and it doesn't have to be about the build, but we're at least interacting, yes, interacting with each other. And I just want to, you know, I don't know, I just thought that would be different, and I thought you guys might want to just comment that more than something about the build, because sometimes that can be hard to think of, like what you liked about the build when maybe you were just having in the background while you're building or something like that. So yeah, what is your favorite soda? Okay, or like a drink, like juice, or maybe you don't like soda. Yeah, or if it's water, good for you. Good for you. Okay, so right now we are building the crosses. So for the main cross, which is in the middle, it is centered, but the path is not centered, so it looks weird, which I'm never going to be able to get that out of my head, but it's fine because it has to be fine. Basically for like the main cross in the center, I wanted it to be like not like a drastically different color from the other two crosses, but I did want it to look different. So the color that I picked was kind of like a brown, reddish brown, and then the other ones were kind of like lighter, kind of looked like linen, but just kind of like darker and lighter. So I wanted those to kind of fade in the back to where the other one sticks out in the front. So that's just what I wanted to do, and honestly I think it turned out really good. I did also put some like light boxes. The light boxes are so cool because you can just resize them and put them on a plank, and you can make them small or big, but you can resize them, put them on a plank, and then transform them under the ground if you wanted like the path to be lit up, but you didn't want any like thing to be showing, like an actual light or like a lantern or something like that. You could just put a little light box in the ground, and then boom, it's lit up. Granted, it would take a couple light boxes, but I think that that's just such a cool little, like, I guess you could say hack, but I don't know. I don't think it's actually a hack, but I just think that it's a good little way to brighten up a space. So yeah. And then I also put some light. I did put some light in the tomb too, just where like the stone slab was right there, and then like his Jesus's cloth that he folded up and put on the stone slab. We also lit up that, just that way, you know, it doesn't look so dark. I love to add lighting into my builds because I definitely just think that it just adds so much. I know you guys have heard me say this so many times if you watch my videos a lot, but it makes a build. Just lighting. Like, I love to add string lights, and the lanterns are so cute. I love them. They're adorable. And just stuff like that. So I definitely recommend to put that in your build because it so very much just adds so much to it. But here we're building the stone slab right here, which super simple. I did add some like rods around the sides, just kind of like make it a little more fancy. I did realize in my last one I made it a little even more fancier than this little thing that I'm building right now, which I thought was kind of funny. But granted, this build is a lot bigger than that one before, and it's definitely like a pretty big. Did I literally just have a list? I'm sorry, guys. I just have to laugh at myself right now. I don't even know what I was saying. Is a 360 build, so it's 360. You can see stuff around it, all around it. It's not just like in the front. So yeah, I'm sorry, I can't get over that. I literally just had a little lisp going on, or like some weird no. Anyways, we are going to go ahead and move on to the tour. This build did not take me long. It only took me 4 hours. So yeah, let's just go on to the tour. Okay everyone, we are finally done. So let's do a tour.
If you don't think so, let me change your mind. Wherever you go, wherever you stay, don't you forget that love is always coming your way. No matter how far, how broken you are, don't you forget that love is always coming your way. Always. Hey, and you ain't gotta do a thing to get that love. You ain't gotta act nice to get that hug. It don't matter if you stuck inside that mud, the sun's still gonna be shining down on us. If you've ever felt left out, burdened, or weak, I promise that the lie straight from the enemy, coming for your mind, body, soul, and energy. But do not be deceived, cause you are loved.
Okay, so I turned it dark, that way we just kind of get a little, just, I don't know, I feel like it just looks like 100 times better in the dark. So that is what we're doing. So obviously you can tell around this whole entire hill we have a lot of lush and greenness, and obviously I don't think it would exactly look like this. I think it would probably be a little bit more, I don't know, deserty, not as lush, but this is just kind of in my head, and I had to put my own twist on it, that way I wouldn't end up hating it. Because if I don't put my own twist on it, I've learned that I end up hating it. The mid-century house, that can just tell you everything. But this plot came to $258,000, which is honestly not too bad for what I got. I think that it's pretty good. This path probably was, no, actually the bushes were probably the worst of it, but let's go ahead and check this out now. So this path would probably be a little bit more windy, but I just wanted it to be, well, actually I did want it to be more windy, but this path alone was pretty hard to do, so this is kind of just what we went with. Luckily, the texture kind of hides the bumps. You can kind of see right there. So it kind of hides it pretty well, so that's really good. This is the path, or the like hill that Jesus carried his cross on up here. And then up here we have the 2 other crosses, and then we have this one with the sign and the nails right here. And then I put some lights in it, kind of just to make it look more like, just for it to pop out a little more, you know, than these other ones. And honestly, I think that this is really, I love the outlining that I did. I think the last one I did black outlining, and I really like the gold on this. I feel like it just definitely makes it pop a lot more, and I really love that. So there's the cross. I think this turned out, this like top area turned out really good. I put a lot of these trees around just to make it look a lot, extremely luscious, you know, in the fact that there are a lot of greenery. So that's kind of what we did, and I think that turned out really good. And we actually have 2 more layers, just literally just covered in trees and greenery and everything like that. So I really love that top part. I think it really turned out really good. The only thing that I would change is that I wish this path looked more straight. I don't know exactly what happened, but it doesn't look like centered. So that's probably one of the things that I don't love the most about it. But honestly, you know, it is what it is, and I still think it turned out really nice. Okay, so now back here we have two paths. They both lead to the same exact thing on either side. So let's go over here. We put some lights in the trees just to make it a little bit more bright. Obviously, there wouldn't actually be lights in the trees, and obviously the tomb would not actually be over here. But this is all, you know, just kind of how I kind of see it. I mean, obviously you guys might have like a different just vision in your head how you guys see it, but this is just kind of how I see it. Then we have the tomb right here. So inside we have like the rock, the slab of stone right here, and then we have the cloth all folded up that Jesus had on him, was wrapped in, and then it was perfectly folded right there. So there's that, and then we have the actual like tomb. We have the big stone. I did try to put some like leaves or like vines on it to make it kind of look like it's been there for a while or something like that, but it didn't. I don't know. It sort of worked. It sort of did. Yeah, sort of. Kind of looks like it has scales, but that's perfectly fine. And then we have this pond right here. I don't know if I already said that. I might have. And then we have like up here, you can kind of see it kind of looks a little weird, but basically I just took some basic shapes and kind of just angled them a little differently. But I think it honestly turned out really good. And just don't look up here because I didn't know how to fix that. So that's just kind of how what we went with it. And honestly, I think this turned out really good, and I really do genuinely love this. I just think it just turned out so nice, and it's definitely different from the last one, but I really love how this turned out, and I just think that every year I'll always have a different like perspective on it, just different thinking on it. And I think this year, obviously it's gonna be based on the same thing every year, but it's just gonna look a little different. So I really like this one. And this, obviously, you guys, this build the meaning, you know, of Easter, like Jesus dying on the cross for us, and taking away all of our sins, just because he wanted to, He's taking all of his sins on himself. That is just mind-blowing in itself. But not only did he do that, then he rose again on the third day. Yeah. Oh yeah, and he also is so polite that he folded his cloth. I mean, come on, that's pretty cool. This really should be celebrated as honestly one of the best days in history, just because Jesus died on the cross and took away all of our sins, and so now we can be with him for eternity. That's amazing to me, and especially since the world tries to brainwash you into thinking that Easter is about bunnies and Easter eggs and candy, which of course that can be fun. I still do think that it's just it's almost hilarious to me that the world tries to cover up the best thing that has ever happened in history, and the world tries to cover it up with bunnies and eggs. Like, that's kind of just like, what? Just doesn't make any sense. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and put down in the comments your thoughts about this build, and if you guys enjoyed the video, because I will be doing one of these hopefully every year. I will definitely have a different take on them, but I just feel like this is definitely necessary. I did not want to do a like bunnies or Easter, like, you know, the thing that people think Easter is about, like bunnies and chickens or little chicks, you know, and their eggs and candy and all that stuff. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do an actual, what Easter is actually about. I didn't want to do the fakeness. I wanted to do reality, you know. So I think that in the end, this turned out pretty good. I love it, and I'm so happy that I built it. And if you guys enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. I know I already said that. I will see you guys next week. Bye everyone. Have a happy Easter.